Hey everybody, it's Red, and welcome back to Cabin Fever. The name, it's been a couple of weeks. The name slipped my think meat. Right, okay, hi, hello, how are you doing? Oh no, you're still bloody and wet. Okay, and your hair is a very interesting shimmery gold to fuchsia to like silver, blue, white, kind of. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, yeah, last we left off, this happened because of us. What was I supposed to do? Right, maybe it's okay if she stays. I did say I was gonna do that. Or I probably said I was more than likely gonna do it because that's kind of the point of the game, probably. Unless someone's gonna do this and, like, then there's a roundabout way of her getting stuck with Addison here. Me, whatever. But I'm gonna go with this option. Just assume. Look how pitiful she is, said my brain. My brain was right. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what to do except go along with it. My brain was right. Addison. Right now, I'm your brain, and considering who you are and your legacy, so to speak. Well, it's like I'm just going to send you back out into the rain, you know, with an injury and all that could possibly get infected and life gets infected. Not by yourself, anyways. Is there anyone else in your bubble? Anyone that I can call to come get you? Or she looked down to her lap with her massive, sparklingly sea blue eyes. No. Oh. Her response made me too nervous to ask any further questions. Or maybe it was the fact that I was very close to almost being able to see up her dress, and damn them thighs. I just wasn't sure if I could handle a tragic backstory at this particular moment. Yeah, that's the reason, sure. In any case, neither of my parents are still around. They never sent this girl back out into the night. They'd have let her stay, at least until she got her bearings. I sighed, giving in to them beautiful tone. Okay, well, you can sleep on my couch tonight. We'll figure the rest out tomorrow. You should really stay at least 6 feet apart, though. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
You are very welcome. She nodded and gently removed her leg from my lap. I moved back, making more space between us, and sat to examine the rip in my pant leg. Meanwhile, my brain tried to fathom what was happening, and get the image of her foot out of my mind, just from the forefront of my thought. I just wanted to massage the soul. I'm creating some very strange headcanon of this character that doesn't need to exist. I don't know why. I'm just, God. I'm fucked in the head. Meanwhile, my brain tried to fathom what was happening. I brought a stranger to my house. I didn't know who she was or where she'd come from. It seemed like a bad idea and also a tad surreal, like something happening in a visual novel that was just recently released. Damn, I like these pants.
Oh no, did you get hurt too?
I appreciate your concern, but no, just my fashion sense is ruined a bit more than it was before. No, just a rip.
That's not so bad.
Oh, it's not. You got your leg caught in a bear trap. I have torn fabric. And considering that I'm not made of some sort of fabric as opposed to flesh and blood and bone and all that, it's not a problem. You say darn and then you darn it up. That was probably one of the lamest fucking attempts at wordplay that I've ever just... Shoot. I got up and made even more space between us. She stood up too, testing away at her injured leg.
Wow, it already feels so much better. You must have a magical healing touch.
I do not, but I appreciate the sentiment. Also, you should probably get dry. I should stop staring. I was starting to think she might be one of those weird optimistic people. Strange optimists. Also, it was hard to think straight with her standing up in that very damp, very revealing, very form-fitting, the way it hugged her dress. You need to take that dress off. That's not the way to say that, Addison. That's not the way to say that. Brain, kick in or don't. Considering. That came out wrong. I'm glad you caught that. What I mean is, it's wet and cold, and I'm sure you feel much better if you change it into something dry and warm. I'm sure I have some extra clothes you can wear.
Really?
I mean, I have clothes, so. Hot in the face, I ran to procure a basket of old clothes in my storage closet. I hadn't worn them since my teenage years. They were too small for me now, but might be a good fit for her. At the very least, you know, better than being cold and wet. Here, check whatever you want. They're all clean, I think. I dropped the basket on the table and walked backward away from it.
So nice of you. I'll get changed now.
I'll show you not in front of. Oh, okay. I want to check the basket and hobble out of the room to change where I couldn't see. You could have at least given her directions, maybe like, oh, there's a free room here, or you could just go through there and you can. But no, you just stared and probably imagined what she'd look like as she stripped off that damp dress and revealed the wet skin underneath. When she came back, I was proud to see she had chosen a button down that was part of my old school uniform back before everything went online. Kawaii. I'd been much younger and probably much smaller when I wore that shirt, but even still, it swam on her frame. It almost looked like a nightgown, which was probably why she'd chosen it.
I haven't felt this comfy since I don't know when.
She says, steepling her fingers like she's plotting something.
It's a school shirt, right? I always liked the look of school uniforms, but I never got to wear one. My classes were
For some reason, that made me a little sad. I had myself had so few memories of the world before the sickness, it was hard to imagine not having any at all. How old are you? I'm legal. For legal reasons.
21. My birthday was actually last week.
Oh. Oh, well, happy belated birthday. Do you have a name? I'm assuming you do. Most people tend to.
Oh, of course I do. It's Mallory.
Mallory. I like that name. I actually really do like that name. Nice to meet you, Mallory. Well, not as exactly weird to meet you, I guess. I'm not good with people. That's not the right word.
Yeah, I get it.
I can see that.
I didn't mean to trespass onto your property. I really did get lost. And then the rain started, and I could hear these dogs or something howling. I was scared, and I ran towards the first light I saw.
Those are just the dog men. We have to keep the traps around to keep them at bay. Otherwise, they come and start stalking your property. I nodded as I understood. It was true there were things like wolves and coyotes and other, cryptid form things in the area. That was why I'd set up an extra security fence for my chickens. Extra secure fence, not extra security fence, same difference, but whatever. But what were you doing out there in the first place?
I would rather not talk about that.
Uh-huh. I stared at her, totally perplexed. Why this secrecy? Should I press for more? It could be because it's a sensitive topic. Or because something in it might make her... or she may think that something about whatever it is might make you want to throw her out. Oh, God. Typically, I would say the polite thing to do would not be to press the issue, especially under the circumstances. I am going to save, though. Just in case. Little safety save. But yeah, no, I'm not gonna push it because that would be rude and potentially, if it was traumatic, I really don't want to push it then either. I decided not to push it. It was all too much and I really needed sleep. My toe was hurting where I'd stepped on the broom. And her leg probably fucking really hurts. Don't worry about it. You're here now, so just take the opportunity to get some rest. I skirted around to grab some blankets. I maintained a wide berth as I dropped them on the couch. I offered her a glass of water, put her to the bathroom, asked if she needed anything, all from afar.
This is perfect. Thank you so much for everything. Truly, I'm lucky to have met you.
No, you're not. Yeah, just try to touch her, okay? Like, can you hover over the couch instead of actually sleeping on it? That would I realize that it might be difficult to, you know what, I shuffle my feet awkwardly. Okay, I'm going to bed. Bye. I'm going to bed. Just awkwardly waves one hand. Bye. It's good night, you idiot.
I hope you have sweet dreams. I'll see you in the morning.
Maybe. Ah! As I made my way up the stairs of my bedroom, I glanced back. Mallory's already curled up. That's not curled, that is, quite comfortably laid out on the couch, looking quite cozy. I couldn't remember the last time I had anyone in my home, even briefly. I've been so careful for such a long time. I didn't know where she'd been, or if she'd been as careful as I was. Who knows where it's been, what sort of diabolical diseases it carries with it. Like cooties. When my gaze fell on her bandaged leg, a prickle of guilt surged up. Good night. There's the proper response. Oh, look at the little loft bedroom. That's, like, quaint as fucking hell, and I love it. I'm not a... While this is an excellent view, I don't like the giant open window. But, like, having a window up here with a loft bedroom there, you know, you can look across and just see right up there, that's fine. This is a privacy issue, though. I finished coming the stairs and flopped down onto my bed. With that very quaint quilt as well, because of course it's a quilted blanket in a cabin with the wooden bed frame. I was so exhausted, I am emotionally puzzled and mentally drained, and because it doesn't take much for that to happen. It didn't take long for me to fall deeply asleep. Do I need to, Oh. Chapter 3. Germination. Uh-oh. I woke as usual to the happy sound of a rooster crowing in the garden. The sky was clear and the early morning sun was bright and cheery. You'd think I'm wondering if that would have put me in a great mood, but nope. So let me check something. Okay, we're good. All night my dreams had revolved around strange bugs infesting the cabin, hordes of them squirming inside through every crack. I must have been tense all night because my neck had a painful kink in it. I had definitely woken up in the proverbial wrong side of the bed. I mean, at least you just had bad dreams. In my case, it's usually a combination of stress dreams and then waking up constantly. Just wake up, you know, in a kind of a panic. Yeah, go back to bed. Wake up again a little, like an hour or 30 minutes later, something back to sleep. Again. And then when you actually do have to get up, I'm fucking exhausted because I really never got rest. The music right then was like, for a little bit was like almost something like I'd hear out of an old Mario or Zelda game. That one little section that ended just a bit ago. Okay, I suppose I'd forgotten about my house guest, or at least I hadn't remembered to think about her yet. I was busy making a list in my head of the work I needed to get done today. That's when the smoke alarm started shrieking. Oh no, she tried to cook. I bolted up right in bed. There's someone in my house, and I'd let her in. Yep, I could definitely smell something burning. I rushed to put on some real daytime clothes and barreled downstairs. Mallory stood in the kitchen looking mortified. A little smoke hung in the air, but I didn't see any flames. Okay. Grabbing a chair, I jumped up to silence the smoke alarm.
Thank you. I'm really so sorry. I tried wafting a dish towel at it, but the alarm just wouldn't stop. I didn't wake you, did I? Oh.
Not you. No. You're also wearing your that again. You're wearing your that. I wasn't really listening to her. I was too busy creating space between us and also looking for the source of the smoke. There was a pan with a charred black mass sitting in it. I didn't know what she'd burned, but she'd really burned it. What is that? Or let me rephrase. What was that?
Oh, I thought I'd make you breakfast as a thank you. My mom used to have the best recipe for potato pancakes that would always fuel me for the day.
That sounds lovely. Unfortunately, you appear to have destroyed it beyond recognition.
But these... well, I'm not totally sure what happened.
They're gone.
I never used a stove like yours before, so this batch got a little...
ruined.
overdone. Maybe I can scrape off the burnt part.
The burnt part, from the sense of it, is the whole thing. maybe you can just scrape the whole thing into the...
You know what? Forget I said that.
There you
It's
go.
all burnt part. I'll just clean up my mess and then I'll make you a new batch. And I will definitely be more careful this time.
Considering you're the guest here, I'm the one who should be cooking, honestly. Hang on, did you say potato pancakes?
Mm-hmm. They're the best. It's too bad this first batch didn't turn out because I spent all morning digging up the potatoes, washing them, peeling them. They were so tiny it took extra long. And I was worried you'd wake up before I could finish. Luckily, I've got some other treats on the go as well, so you're not going to starve. Just let me turn on the toaster real quick.
She turned, reaching for the toaster handle, but the microwave was running and the kettle was boiling and... Wait, stop! Too late. She'd overloaded the solar panels and inverter, and just like that, the kettle, microwave, toaster, and kitchen lights all shut off. Why did you do that? Mallory, having plated the overdone pancake for some reason, dropped the plate in alarm. It smashed, flinging shards of itself across the floor. The blackened pancakes bounced like rocks. Sad potato rocks.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to make you some breakfast. I didn't mean to cause so much trouble. I'll clean this up.
I sighed in frustration. All I wanted was to make coffee, sit down on my computer, just like every other morning. I couldn't do that now because I had to get the power sorted and check to make sure she hadn't completely destroyed my precious garden.
Are you angry with me?
Yes! How was I supposed to answer that? Okay, look. Here's my problem with these answers. This feels dishonest. While I would prefer to be honest, this sounds more like a temper tantrum, right? You can just admit that yes, I'm angry, but this can be fixed, and I'm not going to hold it against you. Just next time, be more careful. You know, handle it. This sounds like a toddler throwing a fit. This is outrageous and unfair. Wah wah. QQ. Whatever. So out of these two, this one feels like what I want to go with because I hate the way this sounds. I would prefer to be honest and just, like I said, be outright. Yeah, I'm mad, but that shit happens. Anger happens. But let's just move past it because just being angry is a waste of energy and does nothing productive for anyone. Just let it pass and do something else to burn off that excess. Yeah. I was definitely upset. I definitely didn't like the situation. But it wasn't like she'd intentionally ruin my potatoes. See? There you go. She'd only been so audacious to take them up without permission. Yeah, long before they were ready. Even after I'd specifically told her not to touch anything. I looked away. I'm just not a breakfast person. That's not being honest, but okay.
I'm really sorry. I just wanted to do something nice as a thank you for letting me stay here. I promise I'll fix everything and then I'll just get ready to leave.
Ah, sure, whatever. I turned away and went to haul my work gloves and my boots. I'll be out in the yard for a while. I went out, and as I pulled the back door shut behind me, I heard a soft sound from the kitchen. Like a heavy sigh or a stifled sob. Ripping potatoes? Really? Wait, was she crying? What did I get myself into? Real, I can't believe... I continued muttering grumpily to myself as I strode out into the garden. I took a deep breath of fresh, cold air. It had an autumn bite to it, but the sun was warm. Felt instantly calmer. Oh well, she'll be gone soon anyway. I took my time that morning dealing with the power issue, making the usual rounds. Happy hens, check. Busy beehive, check. The rough count of the fire with my shed, then made my way back around to the front of the cabin. I stopped when I saw the bloody animal trap where Mallory had gotten hurt the night before. Damn. That had to have been painful. I felt pretty bad. The traps were only supposed to be wards. Something to keep my bubble a little safer from dangerous wildlife. They never meant for anyone to get hurt. I looked at the trap, wondering if I should rethink my setup. I don't like this question because I don't like the implication of moving it and then potentially something happening bad because of it. It's like leaving the perimeter undefended. Oh no. Oh no. Move the trap. It's like, if I don't, is she gonna step on it again or something? Or if I do move it, is that going to allow a dangerous predator onto the property or something related to that? Come here. Well, the usual even for top, bottom for odd. It was a 4, so I guess I'm moving a trap. Oh, that fucks me over. I decided to move the trap and set it up further away from the house, closer to the woods. Maybe next time I'll catch something less likely to ruin my day. Okay, that was a bit harsh. You didn't mean to ruin my day. A rabbit would be good, though. I ignored the sudden craving for rabbit stew and, having finished the trap, wandered down into the garden. Right away I could see where Mally had dug up breakfast. I surveyed the overturned dirt of the heavy heart, noticing a handful of small potatoes uprooted and abandoned. Well, I could always plant something new here. It was our time of the year for garlic. The sun already climbed high into the sky and I was feeling almost warm enough to peel off my sweater. I figured I should probably go inside, maybe eat something, check in on poor Mallory, and get to work on my computer. Of course. Right away as I went inside and kicked off my boots, something didn't feel right. It took me a moment to realize. Where's my trash? The mess was gone. There were no brooms on the floor, no garbage bags ready to go out, no scattered crumbs or dust bunny cities. Everything looked so clean. It literally sparkled. But how? And what? Had Mallory done all this just to make up for that little breakfast fiasco? Whoa. This is really nice. Like, really, really nice. As I looked around at all she had done, I started to feel like a bit of an ass. I thought I started to realize something else. She'd touched everything! No. I think I should apologize, but where was she? She hadn't left already, had she? Of course. Then I heard something coming from the bathroom. The sound of splashing water and a small voice humming a happy tune. My heart sank. She couldn't. She wouldn't. Without thinking, I threw open the bathroom door. Hi. We stared at each other, both of us shocked at my intrusion. Then my brain kicked back into gear and I tore my gaze away from her. But it was too late. I had seen everything, including the tub full of water. What are you doing?
I was just taking a bath.
I pointed in the direction of the bathtub, keeping my eyes fixed on the door frame. That's my water supply.
It's still warm if you want to use it.
What? Did you not get it? That's my water supply, my fresh water, my drinking water, my everything water. What were you thinking? Why did you use so much? Panic was really setting in now. Well, what if she burned the cistern dry? I'd have almost nothing until the next rainfall, and who knew when that would be?
Oh my gosh, I had no idea. I had no idea. I'm so sorry. I really didn't know.
I never run out of water before. That was because I've always been so careful. This was the very day I had so deeply feared would come. How do you survive this way? It's like you're constantly wasting things. Is this why you were out in the rain last night? Did your bubble decide to kick you up because you didn't know how to think before you act? Her mouth popped open. I immediately felt bad for shouting. Damn, I really was in a bad mood today. Just finish up in here and don't drain that water, okay? I'll repurpose it for laundry or something. I didn't want to acknowledge my own anger or the tears that had sprung into her eyes what I'd said. In any case, I need to take the rain barrels, like right that second. I turned my back on her and walked away. For the rest of the afternoon, I sat at my computer waiting for Mallory to leave. I just couldn't stop thinking about her. And by that, I mean I couldn't stop thinking about how naive, careless, and wasteful she was. Nothing to do with her shimmery eyes or how sweet she seemed to be when everything else was horrible. Nope. The good news when I checked the rain barrels and the situation wasn't as dire as I'd feared. As long as it rained again sometime in the next few weeks, we'd be okay. Weed, you're saying, not just I. Still, I sat on my computer for a long time, entirely unable to focus on my work. When Mallory finally reappeared, she was holding the cardboard box made on clothes. For some reason, she was still wearing a bath towel. That made me feel all sorts of uncomfortable feelings, and I tried extra hard to keep my eyes on my computer screen. I pretended to type. I noticed the box and more clothing in it before. I even saw some of my favorites peeking out. I don't know. Okay. Having had a conversation one day. I mean, asking. My theory is that she might be going to do laundry or something, as I suggested. So maybe give her a chance and let her. I mean, she cleaned and didn't fuck anything up that way, apparently. So really, she's. I'd like to give her the benefit of the doubt without being a patronizing ass, is what I'm saying. You know, I'd like to give her that chance. So, yeah. I think I'm gonna go with this. But that will have to wait until next time. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next episode.